So first up, nice clear vid thanks. What is the benefit of interest-only mortgage? Isn't it better to pay a little more each month and own the asset at the end? Really good question. I could tell you a yes or no, but I'm gonna show you with a worked example because that's always the best way that I find to learn these things. So let's do a worked example. Say you bought £100,000 buy-to-let property on an interest-only, and this calculator is really handy, interest-only repayment over 25 years at 5%. Your monthly repayments are gonna be £417 per month. So let's put £417 per month here. I'm going to explain this in more detail in a sec. And we're going to compare that to a capital and interest, so repayment mortgage. You're not just paying the interest, you're paying the capital as well. That turns out to be let's call it £585 per month. So on this spreadsheet here, you can see that interest only, your payments are going to be 417,585. Now the profit here, I'm assuming that you're going to get a rent of around £650 per month. That's about the average in the regions that I work in, that I invest in. So £417 minus 650, your profit is £233 per month. That's on an interest only basis. And over the course of the year, it's basically that times 12 months, just under £2,800 per year. That's your annual profit. Now, compare that to a repayment mortgage, that's capital and interest. Your payments are obviously going to be higher because you're paying off the interest and the capital. So your £650 rent minus your repayment of £585 per month is going to leave you with £65 in monthly profit, and over the course of the year, just under £800. So you can already see that choosing interest only versus a repayment mortgage is going to give you higher profits during the year. And that's one of the main reasons why we invest in property, to get an income, right? If you pay £25,000 deposit plus all of the stamp duty, legal fees, etc., you're going to be about £35,000 in. You're not going to put that much money into an investment to only get £800 in profit per year. That's a really, really bad return. That's the first point. So that's why we pay interest only instead of repayment, capital and interest. But I saw the second part of your question was to do with, hey, you don't own the asset in the end, which is true, but let me show you something else. In year one, you buy the property for £100,000, so that means you're going to put in a deposit, and your mortgage is going to be £75,000. So your deposit is £25,000, usually 25%, and your mortgage is £75,000. Now, I'm assuming that the property grows at 6% per year because that's a rate at which, believe it or not, UK property has grown on average per year over the last 15 years, okay? So in year two, it grows by 6%, it's gone up to £106,000. Now, in the mortgage column here, in this cell right here, you can see £79,500. Now, what that means is that if you was to remortgage your property with the value having gone up slightly to £106,000, you're going to remortgage at 75%. So that now becomes £79,500, which is 75% of £106,000. Now stay with me, right? When you remortgage and you look to draw out equity from your property, you use that £79,500, that's a new mortgage on the property, you repay the original £75,000 and £4,500 goes into your pocket. You keep that tax-free. That's basically, in a nutshell, how remortgaging works. And that's how you draw out equity from your property. And obviously, over time, as the value of your property goes up, the more equity you can draw out. So if we go down to, say, 10 years' time, after 10 years of growing at 6% per year, the value of the property is £168,948. If you was to remortgage at 75%, you could now get a loan of £126,711. You pay off your original mortgage, £75,000, and you keep the rest, which is £51,711. Okay, that's equity in your pocket. You can do what you want with it. And over time, if you hold the property long enough, that's why I preach buy and hold. I don't sell properties. I intend to hold my properties for as long as possible. Your equity just goes up and up and up. So say after 15 years, you've still got the property and it's been growing consistently, you're able to draw out £94,568 worth of equity. What you might do at that stage, if you're a portfolio landlord, so you have multiple buy-to-let properties, you might take that 94,000 and pay off the mortgage of one of the other properties that you bought 15 years ago with a mortgage of around £75,000. So now you own that outright. Yes, you have a bigger mortgage on this property, but you now own outright other properties in your portfolio. And that's essentially how this works in terms of interest only and using equity, capital growth over time to increase your wealth, buy more properties, pay off other mortgages, really what you feel like doing. That's how it works. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. This year I'm making a video every month to answer any questions that you have for me. So whether you want to know whether you should invest in a limited company or in your own name, whether you should buy a flat or a house, what is the best way to get started in property, or who my barber is, just let me know. You can ask me in the comment section below, on Instagram, on TikTok, and I'll make a video dedicated to your questions. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.